Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about kind of saving graces in terms of broadband if you live in a rural area and you don't have a connection to a wire line, which is cable or DSL or something of that nature, fiber, something like that. SpaceX has announced a Starlink high-speed internet, satellite internet. This is something they're working on, so. Essentially, all this is you can follow the URL or whatever. I'll kind of scroll through here and let you guys you can pause the video if you see a part you want to read. But essentially, all it is a bunch of little. It's going to be a constellation of thousands of satellites that are going to surround the Earth at low orbit, so between 200 and 800 miles above the Earth. Right now, if you have a satellite provider such as HughesNet or Viasat, both of their satellites, and I say satellites, meaning that HughesNet has one and Viasat has one, to my knowledge. The reason your speeds get slower uh, than what you pay for is because with one satellite, it more people get on the network, the slower you get. It has to distribute so much bandwidth to everybody. So with Starlink, there's going to be thousands of satellites, according to this, that it's going to be low orbit, 200 to 800 miles above the Earth. So if you have Viasat or HughesNet, you know that you can't, if you're a gamer or whatever, you cannot play online multiplayer games such as Call of Duty or a high twitch FPS first-person shooter game online with that internet. You can't. It's too. There's too much latency. If I was to do a speed test right now, I'd be getting roughly 600 millisecond ping. Not good, especially if you're trying to game. So the most you'd want a ping uh, or latency to be for online gaming, the most you would absolutely want is about 150. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the probably I would say getting a little bit outrageous or unplayable if you go above that. But according to this, uh, these satellites are going to produce high bandwidth, low latency. Uh, so 25 millisecond ping, you could game all day long on that. Uh, I don't know anything about data caps. All I know is it's saying that this is going to be available between uh, all I know is this is going to be available between 2021 and 2022. And it also is supposedly going to uh, bridge the digital divide. There's millions of Americans all over who cannot get a decent internet connection. If you have HughesNet or Viasat, I'd say you're one of them. Because clearly that's the only option available to you. If I lived somewhere where I could get cable or a fiber connection, I would ditch HughesNet. I'd pay them $200 just to get that thing out of my backyard, uh, just because it's that bad. I would not recommend it to anybody. If it's the only option available to you, then go for it. But it's better than nothing, but definitely not the best out there. Moving on to our next little, supposedly going to be saving grace for living in the country or rural internet providers or whatever I'm going to title this video. I have no clue yet. Uh, at&t announced Project AirGig. What is AirGig? So AirGig is basically going to be internet over power line. This has been tested before, but it's not been successful. I think they tested it in Australia. If at&t can do this, this has potential to connect anyone who has access to a power line to the internet with a fiber-like speed or a gigabit connection. You can see down here where it says right here, multi-gigabit wireless internet speeds using power lines. So the way it would work is you see here in this little, if I click on, I'll play the video, but you see this node on top of the power line. Here's the power pole. Here's the node. That would emit a wireless internet signal going through or around the vicinity of this power line. I think this blue in the video is the signal. which they're trying to represent going out this way. Um, if it can produce multi-gigabit speeds and then still be able to have the bandwidth capacity to, you know, let thousands or however many people be connected, if you can put that node and then make it so everyone who has access to a power line, uh, or power in general, have gigabit internet speeds, I say, hey, at&t is doing a great job. Uh, is this kind of going to go? In my opinion, I think this is going to be one of those things where, oh yeah, it's, anyone who has a power line can get this, and then they're going to place it in very dense areas. What I mean by that is there's a high population, so it'd be wherever you can get a cable connection. I may be totally wrong, but if at&t releases this and they can give anybody who has a, a, a power connection, internet with multi-gigabit speeds, I mean, this could be you could live anywhere and be like right next to a power line or power pole and get really great internet and be happy and enjoy your life without lagging or waiting for 10 seconds for a page to load. So this could be an option here soon. I know there's testing in Georgia, and I think in another country there's testing, but I know in I think it's Georgia they're testing this. You can read articles about this online. Uh, one of them explains that there's testing. I can swear it's Georgia, but we're going to move on to the last little topic here. Some of you can get this, some of you can't. Kind of sketchy, but we'll move on to it. That's right, at&t fixed wireless internet without a satellite. So the way this would work is a point-to-point connection. at&t would put a transmitter on their cell tower, and then they would put a receiving antenna or receiver on your house, and then they would talk. The transmitter would talk to the receiver. The receiver would talk to the transmitter, and that would be how you get your connection. So the problem with this is it's point-to-point connection. You can actually get very decent speeds with this. How reliable and what types of speeds you can get, I don't know. It says down here in the fine print right here, at least 10 megabits per second. So the key word there is at least. So you would assume you could actually get better. 10 megabits per second would be the minimum. So, I mean, you can check your availability on it. You can get 340 gigs if you ordered first between, I think it's like October 1st or September 31st, something like that. And then right here, $10 charge for each additional 50 gigabytes and up to 200 megabytes or dollars a month in overages. So you pay, I mean, if you want to pay that much, then hey, I'd say go for it. But you could double your data right now if you get it before that time. And I don't know why I just clicked on that. But I mean, some of you will get it, some of you won't. It depends. Just go in here and check your availability. I already know I can't get it. Why does this stuff keep popping up? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.